I'm Tony Poulos and I'm here today with Paul Leung, who is the VP of Sales Engineering at Arris. Paul, welcome. I'd like to know a little bit more about Arris firstly.
So Arris is a leader globally providing solutions in the video and the data space. So in the video space we provide solutions from the head end all the way to CPE devices that like set-top boxes that you would see in the home. And on the data side we've got the cable broadband space, so we're the world leader in the CCAP space, and also providing data modems and gateways to provide services inside the home.
What are the set-top box and gateway trends that are affecting the industry at the moment?
Basically now that the quality of Wi-Fi is going to be more important to the end subscriber, so that we need to now provide hardware improvements, so things like greater range, higher speeds, and then also on top of that there's a software component to it which Arris is also providing, which is managing those devices remotely, ensuring that the quality of service is delivered to the end subscriber. As you know that consumer usage is now becoming more mobile, so that dependency on quality of hardware and software is required.
And what consumer trends are having an impact on the gateway and set-top space at the moment?
Well, set-tops, definitely now you'll start to see 4K televisions being in the consumer area. So 4K content is going to be starting to come through. That's going to have greater demands on the network basically, because 4K requires tremendous amount of data within the home to deliver. So that's going to be one of the drivers. The other one is like virtual reality. So there is now early concepts of virtual reality in the consumer space, and that's going to start to deliver again, requirements in the home for greater Wi-Fi speeds.
And what industry trends are impacting the space as well?
Yeah, the industry, like we have Wi-Fi standards now being looked at and being ratified to improve the Wi-Fi speeds to gigabits or multi-gigabits inside the home. We're looking at also 60 gigahertz networks, which is one of the things that Arris is looking at and trying to provide what we call personal access networks, which are Wi-Fi in particular rooms. Instead of trying to cover across a house, we try to deliver a very good experience to the consumer in a more localized environment.
We're seeing more and more devices being connected to more and more things. How is that affecting the networks?
Yeah, as the network gets more complicated inside the home, now there's going to start to see more machine-to-machine type of communications where you hear about IoT. So within the home there's going to be a lot more traffic going between devices within the house, which is very different to traditional Wi-Fi where you're consuming it normally like through the web. So what's going to happen is that networks need to be more optimized within the home, need to understand the dynamics of the house, and to be able to transmit data efficiently and also reliably. So these are probably the challenges that are being faced.
We're also seeing more video choice coming from more video sources. Are you able to handle that?
Yeah, so Arris is working quite closely with content providers and with operators on how to make it simpler for the user. They don't need to make it very complicated. They've got so much choices, as you mentioned, but now to make that choice easier to access, easier to view, and also to be able to start doing things like recommending so that they don't have to browse through pages and pages of content. And then Arris is also trying to make that experience more mobile within the home. So we're able to carry that content from, say, from the living room, and say you pause the television show and you decide to continue it in another room, to make that more seamless environment available. So it's part of it's aggregation, part of it's also then delivering of that video effectively around the house.
Does this also include aggregating, like things like streaming video, Netflix, etc.?
Yeah, we're doing that today actually, Tony. So we're aggregating video content onto some of our platforms and enabling operators to offer a more greater choice to their subscribers.
And who are you working with to deliver the services?
Yeah, so we work with all the service providers around the world. They may be in the telco, cable or satellite space to help them deliver services to their end subscribers by providing set-top boxes and gateways.
Paul, thanks for spending time with me today.
Thank you, Tony.